yeah, is it Tuesday already? Wow. Skeleton Crew has been pushed up 1 day earlier, so we are not a week away. We are less than a week away from the premiere, 2-episode premiere of Skeleton Crew. It comes out now on December 2nd, which is next Monday, which is 6 days from today. So we got to talk about all that news. Also, we got new trailers, of course, because we're getting one every single day at this point. And Ahsoka Season 2 might be the last season for Ahsoka? What? We're going to dive into all of it. So let's, without further ado, how's everybody doing on this fine... Whoops, wrong button. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday afternoon? What's up, chat? Okay, so we got a lot to get into today. Yes, Skeleton Crew did get pushed up a day. So instead of December 3rd, it is now December 2nd. And we'll be watching it, of course, live. We'll be doing watch parties for every episode of Skeleton Crew. Don't you worry about that. But that will happen on Monday, not Tuesday of next week. So December 2nd instead of December 3rd. Not sure why. I actually have my own sneaky suspicion as to why this got boosted up 1 day. But we'll talk about that in a second. Ahsoka Season 2 is now rumored to be the final season of the Ahsoka series, which is very strange to me, so we'll talk about that news as well. And as usual, we have new Skeleton Crew trailers to get to. So, without further ado, let's say hi to everybody in the chat, shall we? Okay. Fearless, what's up? Your pal Joe, how we doing? Creamium, how we doing? Annie K, what is up? G Dog in the house. Darth Raccoonart, what is up? I Haja, how we doing? Mando United, what is up? Chris, how we doing? Rachel in the house. David, what is up? Darth Thor, how we doing? Brandon Baker in the house. Mike, what is up? JC, how we doing? Starship 66. Pam Hill. You guys know the deal. If I missed you, just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay. So, let's start where we should, honestly, and that is the big breaking news from this morning that Skeleton Crew has been moved up. So this is coming from StarWars.com themselves. It also comes with a semi-new poster. So let's take a look at this. So, Skeleton Crew will debut early. Okay, so it comes with this banner here, which again focuses on very strange characters, if you ask me. You got our boy Captain Brutus up there, who's barely been in any of the trailers. Fern's mom, who's barely been in any of the trailers. This owl dude, who is, yeah, you guessed it, barely been in any of the trailers. And of course, our 4 main kids, Jude Law, his character, Jude Law, SM-33, who's going to be the main droid. The kids' ship up there, the Onyx Cinder is what it's called, and some X-Wings, which is pretty cool. But let's talk this out. To quote Jude Law, let's go! Adventure awaits for no one, that includes us, on December 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So that means 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us. That means the watch parties will most likely start at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I'll keep you guys updated on that. Experience the 2-episode premiere of Star Wars Skeleton Crew as an early gift for fans like you, who literally can't wait to meet the new squad 1 day early. Created by John Watts Christopher Ford, the brand new Star Wars story introduces a crew of murderous pirates in a new era of in the era of the New Republic, and 6 new characters: Jude Law, Wim, Fern, KB, Neil, and SM-33. That's pretty cool. Okay, so like it said. Oh, yeah, so this is actually very important. It arrives on December 2nd, which is Monday. However, every episode after that will be on a Tuesday. So they've only moved up the premiere. Every other one after that will be on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. So this only changes the premiere, the first 2 episodes, not the rest. Just the first 2 episodes. Okay? So this is what the release window looks like here. Let's take a gander. This is not only the episodes and the release dates, but also the directors who are directing each episode. Okay? So first, episode 1 and 2 come out at the same time. Episode 1 and 2, 2-episode premiere. Okay? on December 2nd, a Monday. The rest of these dates, 10th, 17th, 24th, 31st, 7th, and 14th, are all Tuesdays. All Tuesdays. So only the premiere is a Monday. Every other day is a Tuesday. Got it? Good. Now let's check out the directors. So John Watts and Christopher Ford are the co-creators of this show. John Watts is directing episode 1 and the final episode, episode 8. But you have David Lowery doing episode 2 and 3, which leads me to believe these two are very connected for sure. Star Wars Stu, what's up? How we doing? So these two are probably going to be connected in some sort of way. Usually they leave us with a cliffhanger on the premiere to get people more excited for the next episode after that. In the premiere happens to be 2 episodes, so it makes sense that there's a cliffhanger in between David Lowery's 2 episodes. Then we got the Daniels, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once, doing this 4th episode. So the guys who are coming off of an Academy Award are doing the 4th episode of Skeleton Crew. Episode 5 is Jake Schreier. Yep. He's the director of the Thunderbolts, which comes out next year for Marvel. And now, of course, he's doing episode 5 of Skeleton Crew, which I think might be the most important episode I mean, we can only predict so much about this show, but episode 5 does seem extremely important. Does seem like when they're going to find the treasure, and we'll see where it goes from there. Bryce Dallas Howard, a Star Wars legend, is doing episode 6. She's done many episodes of The Mandalorian. I think she even worked on the Book of Boba Fett and maybe Ahsoka, but I could be wrong. Lee Isaac Chung is doing episode 7. He's also worked on The Mandalorian. Not really sure what else he's done, but somebody can fact check me on that. And again, like I said, John Watts finishes off the show. So it runs to January 14th, which leads us into 2025. So it's technically the first Star Wars project from 2025. But the premiere's been moved up one day to Monday. The rest of the episodes will still come out on Tuesdays. I understand that's going to be extremely confusing for the next 6 days, so I'm going to repeat it 1,000 times. The first episode comes out on a Monday. The second episode comes out also on a Monday because it's a 2-episode premiere. Then the rest of the episodes come out on a Tuesday. Got it? Good. Now, we got less than a week until this show premieres. So I want to see where the hype level is at in the chat. Did not mean to rhyme, but it just happened that way. Could have rhymed there, but I didn't feel like it. I don't know what's going on right now, chat. I'm in a weird, goofy mood. But let's pull this up, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10 in the chat, tell me, how excited are you for this premiere of the Skeleton Crew? On a scale of 1 to 10. And be honest, I can handle it. I can take it. You might not be as hype as me, and that's okay. But how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10 for this Skeleton Crew premiere? And let me pull this up in the chat too, shall we? Are you excited for Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? Yes or no? Now, we actually have a tease towards Hondo Ohnaka yet again today. That's why he is in the thumbnail of this video, because this is a show about pirates. And let's be honest, chat, we're going to be seeing a lot of pirates. And there's one pirate that everybody knows and loves in Star Wars, and that is Hondo frickin' Ohnaka. Now, we've been speculating for weeks and weeks and weeks of whether or not we would be seeing this legendary pirate in Star Wars. And now we actually have some sort of, not confirmation, but Star Wars themselves, Lucasfilm themselves, alluding to Hondo being in the show. We'll get to that in a little bit. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how hyped are you for Skeleton Crew? Let's see it. We got a 10, a bunch of 10s, 9, 8, 7.5, 9.5, 20 out of 10, 7.5-ish, nice. 7.5, okay. 7.5, 6, 12, okay, 10, 10, 10, a lot of 10s. 15, 4 out of 10, wow. All right, so my hype level, it's exceeded 10 a few weeks ago, or at least last week, I guess. When all these sort of short promo trailers, whatever you want to call them, started to come out every single day, and they started teasing bounty hunters instead of pirates, we talked about it a million times over the last week, but the line in the trailer changing from a crew of, a crew of murderous pirates to a crew of murderous bounty hunters is a pretty big change. I mean, clearly it's a huge change. A pirate in Star Wars versus a bounty hunter in Star Wars is a very different thing. It makes you think of very different people. When you think of pirates, you think of Hondo Ohnaka, you think of Maz Kanata, you think of Vane from The Mandalorian. When you think of bounty hunters, you're thinking Boba Fett, Cad Bane, Bosk, IG-88, Forloom, Zuckuss. Like, you're thinking of Dengar, some crazy, crazy characters that now, just now, over the last week, could possibly be making an appearance in the Skeleton Crew's show. And that wasn't really a possibility, at least to us, the audience, until last week. So that one line changing in the trailer is big news, is a big deal, and that's why we focused on it so much last week in the live streams. But we do have new trailers to get to today. So without further ado, actually, wait. Before we get to those new trailers, I want to talk about this. The question now is, why did they push it up one day? And I don't want to be the guy who's like, it was me, but I think it might have been me. No, I'm kidding. But a joke is that it could have been me. Here's the deal, chat. So, Lucasfilm, Disney released this trailer. So let's take a look at this trailer, shall we? Let's take a look at this. Is it this one? No, this trailer. This one? Yeah. Let's take a look at this trailer. So this trailer came out, I believe, yesterday. Well, let's take it up.
Let's figure out how to get home, step by step. Step 1.
Keep your blaster ready.
Back off. Step 2.
Be warned of traps.
Step 3.
Don't touch anything.
You don't want to blast off accidentally before I...
That was it. It was a short trailer released yesterday. It's 3 steps, how to sort of get hyped up for Skeleton Crew, whatever. But my comment here was step 4. Somehow find out how to wait a whole week for this show. That was my response to this post. Step 4. Somehow find out a way to wait a whole week for this show. Is it a coincidence that Disney, Lucasfilm, pushed up the release date one day because of my comment that got 11 likes? Coincidence? Probably. But I just thought it was funny because that happened yesterday, and then I wake up to the news this morning that it's been pushed up a day. And I was like, wait, did I actually do something there? And then I went to see how many likes my comment got, and it was 11, and I was like, okay, it wasn't me, but, coincidence, I guess. Yeah, that one's probably a coincidence. Usually I say coincidence, I think not. I think it was a coincidence that time, but hey, what are you going to do? You can't make change happen if you don't make a comment on the post, So I don't have to wait a week anymore. I have to wait 6 days. Maybe if we keep complaining, we'll get it on Sunday, chat. Or maybe tomorrow. Okay. So that was just a little funny little thing, but let's watch these trailers that we have yet to see, shall we? So this one came out 5 hours ago. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a gander at this one.
Remember a time when anything felt possible? What if it was?
We can go anywhere we want.
You can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy like this.
Come on! Skeleton Crew, streaming December 2nd.
So a few new scenes in this one. Not much to sort of go, holy crap! It's no change from murderous pirates to murderous bounty hunters, that's for sure. That's not what we're looking at here. But there is a few new cool things. First of all, whoever is marketing this show, whoever's the advertising team behind this at Lucasfilm, needs a raise immediately. They are doing this so well, releasing a new trailer every day. And most of the trailers are the same scenes. However, they all feel different, and they all have that sort of 80s Goonies type of feel. And they're even doing the marketing that way. And this one is so spot on.
Remember a time when anything felt possible?
When anything felt possible.
What if it was?
What if it was? This is the perfect pitch for this show. Remember when you were a kid and you thought that anything was possible? Remember that time? What if it was? You want to watch that story of when you were a kid, imagining that galaxy out there and the crazy, cool adventures that you could go on as a kid with all your friends and all that stuff? Yeah, that is going to exist now in Star Wars with these kids. That's the pitch for this show. Yes, you add in the fact that there's pirates. You add in the fact that there's Force using possibly Jedi or Sith type deal, and maybe even some other crazy twists and turns coming our way. It's freaking genius.
We can go anywhere we want.
And this is sort of how everybody's like, why did the kids leave their planet? Why would they take off? Why would they jet off into hyperspace? Why would that happen? And it's because these kids want to go on an adventure. We can do whatever we want, is what Wim is saying right here. We can go do whatever the hell we want. And we don't really know what's going on with their seemingly safe home planet and whether or not they're trapped there or not. But that might have to play into it as well.
Anywhere we want.
You can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy.
Hang on. So I'm going to need somebody to fact check this right here, right now. What ship is that? Chat. To me, and I know it's probably not, but it looks very Ghost-esque. Now I know it's probably not. It shares a very similar shape. It's got that little bubble up at the top. I know it's a stretch, chat. I can't zoom in. I can screenshot it. Hang on, chat. Hang on, chat. Hang on. Let me screenshot it. I'll zoom in. I'll zoom in. Jeez. Here we go. Let's start our detective work right now. All right. What ship is this? Go full screen there. All right. Let's see. It kind of looks like it. You see what I'm saying, though? It's got the same sort of shape there in the bubble up top, where that's usually where the cockpit is, or that is where the cockpit is on the Ghost. I don't know. Might be a stretch. Might not be a stretch, but might be a stretch. Might not be a stretch. It looks like the Ghost, does it not? It definitely looks like the Ghost, does it not? I'm not going crazy, chat. It looks like the Ghost. Too flat. Yeah, it does look a little flat. Too wide? Maybe. It's more of a Falcon shape, but the Falcon's got his cockpit over here. The cockpit's in the middle, clearly. It's probably not the Ghost, but it definitely looks like the Ghost. Okay? Okay. It's the Diet Ghost. Oh my God. You guys are crazy. So this is the kids' ship, the Onyx Cinder is what it's called. We don't know if it's an old Republic ship or just an old pirate ship. We don't know what's going on with this ship at all. But it is buried or at least hidden on these kids' seemingly safe home planet when they first find it. And it's been there for quite some time as it's overgrown with all these different vines and such. Yeah. Indeed. This looks like the, almost like a Venator of sorts, Star Destroyer type deal. Yeah. All right, let's go back to the trailer. Let's go back to the trailer. Jeez. Who the hell thought that was the Ghost, you idiot? Okay, let's get back to this.
In a rotten galaxy like this.
Oh, let's listen to what Jude Law has to say here. Or Jude Law, I should say. I gotta stop calling him Jude Law because Jude Law sounds way too much like Jude Law.
You can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy like this.
So he's talking to Wim here, and he says you can even still go on grand adventures in this rotten galaxy. So he's being that sort of mentor figure. He's being that father figure to these kids when he's trying to save them. But I don't think that, I mean, you're going to see moments of this. Jude Law's such a great actor that you're going to see him using the kids for his own benefit, but also maybe feeling like maybe these kids need my help and I should be that father figure to these kids. And that's where you'll probably have conversations like this, more feel-goody ones. And that's what's going to make him, when he turns, be all that much more heart-wrenching because you're like, what? He had that feel-good moment with Wim on that ship that one time. You remember that? And now he's turning on these kids? How could he? We got to like learn to love Jodna first before he stabs us in the heart and turns into Sid forever. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah. I think he's using them. Yeah, for sure. He's using them. He's definitely using the kids. Absolutely.
Rotten galaxy like this.
So we came to the conclusion last stream that this tube that they are falling down is not when they first find the ship on their planet. This is actually in episode 5, or at least we think it's in episode 5, when the kids find the treasure. And they're actually in the treasure room, and they go down this escape hatch, and this is them falling down into that escape hatch. So a lot of mystery is being hidden inside these trailers, but they're hiding it so well because of the way that they're framing it, because of the way they're putting these sequences side by side that are supposed to make you think one thing when it's really something completely different. We've seen this happen with all other Star Wars shows, but this one in particular, Skeleton Crew, because we know so little about the show, they can hide it easily because we don't know what's going on. So once the show comes out, we actually see the show, we actually enjoy the show, then we can go back and watch these trailers and go, oh my God, they were hiding that right in front of our stupid faces. But until then, we're just dissecting what we don't know at this point.
Come on!
Skeleton Crew.
And it makes me believe like characters can be pulled from trailers all the time. We see this sequence quite a bit in these trailers. I think there's going to be somebody missing in this frame or in this sequence, I guess.
Come on!
Skeleton Crew, streaming December 2nd.
And this was the first trailer that said streaming December 2nd. My big ass head's in the way, but it does say streaming in December 2nd right there. So that was the trailer that kind of broke the news. It's not December 3rd anymore. It's December 2nd. Okay, so that was one trailer. We do have another one if I can find it. If I can find it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, okay, right here. This came out 39 minutes ago. So again, it's not just one trailer a day, it's multiple trailers a day. Actually, should we watch the one before that first? Probably. Watch the one before that. There was one before that came out yesterday. Something like that. Something like that. Let's watch this one. Let's watch this one first. Yeah, no, not that one. Not that one. This one. Not this one. That one. Nope, that's the one we just watched. Hang on. It's getting out of hand. Now there are 10 billion of them. Oh my God, there's so many of these trailers. All right, here we go. This is the one about Jude Law and whether or not he can be trusted. Now tell me in the chat, do you think, after all this insanity, do you think Jude Law can really be trustworthy? Do you think these kids should trust the guy? Tell me in the chat. Let's watch this trailer. This one's another 31-second one, but let's check it out.
Hey everyone, I play John. Watch this. In the new Star Wars series, Skeleton Crew.
Now we know each other.
John is charming,
What an unexpected delight.
quick-witted,
A harmless little knife.
he often has a trick or two up his sleeve.
Let's go.
Jod says to the crew, I'll get you home, we'll make a partnership.
Deal.
But can he be trusted?
Of course.
I mean, at this point, chat, as all of you say no, he can't be trusted in the chat, as I can see. At this point, they're clearly making it out to be that he can't be trusted. All this marketing is about, should he be trusted? Should he not be trusted? We wouldn't even be asking this question if he could be trusted. So obviously he's going to be sort of this guy who can't be trusted. The Han Solo-esque of this Skeleton Crew show. However, if he is so Han Solo-esque, doesn't Han Solo become a hero in the end? Doesn't he join the heroes and become a part of the good guys? Let's say Jude Law starts off as this sort of weird guy who can't be trusted. You're like, maybe he can be trusted, maybe not, I don't know. Is he going to go the route of Han Solo and become a hero? Are these kids going to bring him to the light? There's the big question of who the hell is this guy? He wields the Force. We know that for a fact. He wields the Force. But we don't know if he's a Jedi. We don't know if he was at the Jedi Temple during Order 66. We don't know if he is a Sith Lord, where he learned the Force in the first place. We don't know. We know so little about this character. The big question that keeps coming up is, can he be trusted? And yeah, that's a big one, but is he going to remain a bad guy or an untrustworthy guy throughout the entire series? Or is he going to go on an arc? Characters go on arcs. They develop as characters. Are these kids going to soften him up to make him a hero? Or is he going to stay that grumpy old man? What do we think, chat? What do we think, chat? The Force Dragon says, hear me out. What if Jude is somehow connected to Balin? Oh, Balin's goal. I don't think so. Balin, from what we gather in Ahsoka, seemed to be working by himself. Yeah. Yeah. Pal Joe says he's going to be the opposite of Han Solo. Starts off good and then ends bad. Interesting. I don't think so. I think he's going to start helping the kids because he has to. It's his only way to survive. He's imprisoned. The kids are imprisoned. He needs a place. He needs a way off of this space station. And Jude and these kids just happen to have a spaceship. So I think he's going to be a bad guy to start, just only using the kids for his own benefit. But the big question remains is, as these 8 episodes go on, is he going to develop? Is he going to become a hero? Get softened up by these kids and really become their sort of father figure, bringing them back home safely? I don't know. I really don't. I think it could go really one of two ways. One, Jude Law, Jude Law stays a bad guy. He turns on these kids probably in episode 5 or 6, and then the kids have to get away from him and maybe even fight him specifically. Or he does soften up, and he does help these kids get back home in the end. But what he realizes is that home, because he's a pirate and probably knows more than the rest of the galaxy about this planet, that this seemingly safe home planet, he's going to realize that this planet doesn't exist, and it's probably not safe for these kids. So he actually might go from bad guy to good guy and then help these kids find out what the hell's going on with their planet. That's probably the route that they're going to go down, but I don't know. Here's the deal. You're not going to make Jude Law a character in Star Wars, especially a Force user in Star Wars, and then just sort of cast him off as a bad guy. He's going to be in whatever comes next, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, or Dave Filoni's Mando movie, or maybe even Ahsoka Season 2. He's going to be in one of those projects. I'm like 80% sure of that. Why would they introduce this character, such a big-time actor, and not have him come back for what's coming next? So the question remains, will he come back in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, or in Ahsoka Season 2, or in Dave Filoni's movie as a good guy or a bad guy? Explore the Force says Marvel did the same thing with him. That's true in Captain Marvel, but he dies. He dies at the end of that movie. Spoiler alert. He's not going to die in this show. At least I don't think he will. And hey, that's me. That's coming from me. The guy who thinks everybody's going to die in everything. I think he's going to survive. That might just have been the nail in the coffin. He might die now because I think he's going to survive. And everybody I say who's going to die doesn't. So that would mean that everybody I say isn't going to die is going to die. Whoa. That's crazy. What if Jude was once Balin Skoll's apprentice? I don't think so. I think they're too close in age. Yeah. I like where your head's at, though. Jude could sacrifice himself and save the kids, the ultimate redemption moment. Maybe. But I don't think so. JC says, his mom is credited as a Jedi. Flashbacks. What? His mom is credited as a Jedi flashback. I don't know what you're referring to. I don't know. Acting it with the kids, leading them on an adventure, but has bad intentions. Well, what are his intentions? We've seen in this trailer this treasure, this giant room with the Weequay pirate skull with a throne right next to it, all this gold all around. This treasure room. Is that the end goal for this series? What really is this series for? Yeah, it's a cool action adventure with these 4 kids, but there has to be, it's Star Wars. There has to be a purpose. There has to be a connection to what's coming next. What is that? If they make it to the treasure room in episode 5, that's not these kids' adventure. Their goal is to get back home. Jude Law probably wants this treasure more than anything. So what's the end game here? What's the end of this show supposed to look like? What's the purpose? Oscar says his mom is on the IMDb site as a Jedi. That's a great point. Let's bring that up. So I believe Grandmaster was talking about this in the Discord too. So if you look up Skeleton Crew and the cast of Skeleton Crew, there's this mysterious character, and what's strange is, there's this mysterious character when you look it up on Google and on IMDb, I guess. Let's check this out. What the hell? Where's the cast at? Where is the cast? Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right. So when you Google Skeleton Crew cast, this comes up. You got your cast. You got Jude Law. You got Ryan playing Fern. You got Carrie playing Fern's mom. You got KB, the girl, Karina. Sure. Jaleel White playing the pirate Gunther. We know that. SM33 is voiced by Nick Frost. Neil's played by Robert. Ravi's playing Wim. We know all that. However, there is a very mysterious character right here by the name of Nia Nawood. And even in front of her name, it says Jedi. Now, these Google casts have been wrong so many times in the past. This is the reason we haven't talked about this yet, because it's been wrong an insane amount of times. You look at like the Avengers and Marvel movies that came out before. When you look at those casts before they're released, you have just insane characters that aren't going to show up in the movie that are on that cast list. It's just wrong time and time and time again. So is this just wrong? Possibly. Or is this maybe Jod's mom or Jod's sister or Jod's something, has the same last name? And we also can't forget that Jod Nawood might just be an alias taken by Jude Law or taken by Jod, as he has other aliases like Crimson Jack and others that we haven't revealed yet. But also, let's take a look at the IMDb. In the IMDb, again, you got all these characters. Jude Law, blah, blah, blah. Is this lady here? Was this her name? Wait, what was her name? Haley Webb. I guess not. I guess not, chat. I guess not. So again, I don't know. You seen something I don't? She is not in this cast, which is interesting. So Google has been known to lie quite a bit. So all will be revealed in 6 days, I guess, if this lady shows up. But from what we see from the trailers, there's not even a tease toward this. And IMDb is not giving us anything either here. She is not on this list. So it'll be interesting. It will be interesting. We will really see if Google is trustworthy or not. Or if they're lying to us. Lying. If it's right, then it has to be his mom. And then it breaks down how old he is. and he could have been alive during Order 66. Well, if he was alive during Order 66 and was a Jedi, then his mom wouldn't be having kids. Like, Jedi can't have kids unless you're Yoda or Ki-Adi-Mundi, if your species needs it. Yeah. Maybe a sister. A sister is probably more likely. But at that point, why? Who would this sister be, and why would she be important to this story? But let's talk about that for a second, because we don't know anything about this show, and this just proves that even more. We know that these kids are going to get lost in space. If there is a Jedi named Nina Nawood who becomes this main character in the show, we never saw her once in the promotions. We never saw her, even heard of her once from Lucasfilm, from anybody. They kept that a pretty good secret, unless Google somehow leaked it out. I think there's going to be another flashback to the Jedi Temple. I don't know. I feel like we've gotten so many flashbacks over the last couple of years that I don't know. A forbidden love child type situation? Maybe. Could be his wife. Could be his wife. Yeah, that's a possibility too. There's going to be a backstory for Jude Law, or Jude Law, I should say. And that will be revealed in this show. Jude Law has told us that. So we will find out what happened in his childhood, how he became Force sensitive, who taught him to wield the Force, and all that. So maybe we will get to see his mom, and maybe she is the one who trains him. Maybe his mom was a survivor of Order 66. But that would make Jude Law just too old at that point. Because he's in his 40s, and 40 years before this would be Jedi times. You know? Friends don't lie. Well, Google might not be our friend then. Friends don't lie. Too much time on Tatooine. Could be. Could be. Aged a little quicker. That's a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. All right, let's watch this third trailer, shall we? And then we'll get into the Hondo Ohnaka of it all. So let's watch this final trailer that came out just 40 minutes ago. And then we'll talk about Hondo Ohnaka. What the heck? Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this is talking about...
And he was...
Whoa. Jude Law, again, being the star of this show, or a star in this show. And it's about a minute and a half, but it's the director's talking about him too. So let's watch this.
It's like sort of the co-director in so many ways, because he's there with the kids in almost every scene, keeping them focused, running lines with them, you know, making sure they hit their marks.
I'm gonna help you.
If you don't get us home, I will. And me.
Deal.
In addition to being like an incredible actor and wonderful man, like he also just helped us so much with the kids.
I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast.
It's such a gift to have an actor like that who not only can just, you know, give you that incredible performance, but also show the next generation of talent.
And just as an example, I just remember seeing him like in the cockpit, and he's, you know, holding the yoke, and he's looking, he's seeing all this stuff, and it's just a blue screen. And it's like he seemed more lost in his imagination than the kids. And they would look to that and be like, okay, I see. You really have to like really imagine really hard.
I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil.
He's like, in a way, him in real life and his character are kind of like a grown-up version of all of the kids on the crew. He brought like the grown-up side of that sense of wonder and imagination.
I got it! Are you listening to any of this?
We're listening.
Oh yeah, what did I just say?
Are you listening to any of this?
So, just emphasizing how important Jude Law is to this crew, to this cast, because he is helping those kids acting-wise. Interestingly, at the very beginning, they talk about how he is in almost every scene with these kids. Now, we know at the beginning of the show they're not going to be together, as these kids are on their seemingly safe home planet, and Jude Law is off in the galaxy, so that won't be them together. But I think we're going to kick into action pretty dang quick in this show. Go right into it, from the jump. episode 1 might be when these kids meet Jude Law or Jude Law, which is wild. Could be episode 2 or end of episode 1 into episode 2. But we're not going to dilly-dally around. We're going right into the thick of it. We're going right into the action right off the bat. So we're going to spend a little bit of time on this seemingly safe home planet. And we have to pay attention because whatever's going to be revealed there is going to be extremely important towards the back half of the season. But we're going to go right into things. Now, let's watch this for a second because there's a few new scenes here.
The co-director in so many ways because he's there with the kids in almost every scene, keeping them focused, running lines with them, you know, making sure they hit their marks.
I'm gonna help you.
If you don't get us home, I will. And me.
So on this planet, this is the, if you look at the thumbnail of this video, Jude Law's character is looking in those things from Jabba's palace, the droid things come out of the wall. And the thing is like, you know, those things. And that's on this planet. So I'm guessing this is probably one of the people he talked about in the trailer that he knows. The girl, we don't know who the character is, but a girl that he was talking about who knows star maps very well. They're probably going to see, and this could be that person.
Remarks.
I'm gonna help you.
If you don't get us home, I will. And me. And me.
Deal.
In addition to being like an incredible actor and wonderful man, like he also just helped us so much with the kids.
I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast.
This one here is interesting. You can see
But we
they're being chased by the guy who was asking about the Old Republic credits.
have to move fast.
It's such a gift to have an actor like that who not only can just, you know, give you that incredible performance, but also show the next generation of talent.
I just, as an example, I just remember seeing him like in the cockpit, and he's, you know, holding the yoke, and he's looking, he's seeing all this.
So this shows us that he is in this bubble thing, the bubble ship that they're in, the all clear glass ship that they're in. When we see the kids in all the trailers, Jod is in that ship with them,
Seeing all this.
and I don't know if that's them out there or not, but they're looking at their ship that seems to have been captured. It's almost like a boat on in the ocean on a buoy right there. Like this is the buoy in space it's being attached to. So I think their ship has been taken from them and they're going to have to steal it back from what I can gather. Yeah. And Ada, what's up? How we doing?
Stuff, and it's just a blue screen. And it's like he seemed more lost in his imagination than the kids. And they would.
So this sort of bubble ship that they're in, this all glass one where they're looking out in awe of what's around them, Jude Law is going to be in that as well.
Looked at that and be like, okay, I see. You really have to like really imagine really hard.
I need you to take the controls.
Okay. Neil. Neil.
He's like, in a way, him in real life and his character.
So this is some of the booby traps we were talking about when it comes to them finding the treasure.
Him in real.
This big one right here, it's got another Weequay skull on it. The pirate, the species of Hondo Ohnaka skull right there on it.
Life and his character are kind of like a
And here's the aforementioned treasure. So I think this is going to be episode 5. We saw that behind the scenes look with Jake Schreier or whatever his name is. And he was working on it. So I think it's probably going to be episode 5 if I were to guess when they get to this treasure room. It makes the most amount of sense. Just, yeah. It's not going to be the end game, this treasure. That's for sure. At least, so I think.
like a grown-up version of all of the kids on the crew. He brought like the grown-up side of that sense of wonder and imagination.
I got it.
And again, this scene in space, actually, this might be them blowing up the tunnel so that they can get to the ship. That like I just mentioned before, was stolen and docked. Could be, because we don't know who these astronauts are in there. But we have seen this in many different trailers. Oh, super chat? Hang on. Hang on. We got a super chat. Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 holla. God damn. Says 6 days. I know. 6 days is insane. We were talking about it being a week, and obviously now it's 1 day sooner, so 6 days. But he also says, can I get a Jar Jar Binks impression? Yes, you can. All right, what do you want him to say? Chat, what do you want him to say? Of course, Super Chat's memberships keep the lights on over here, so I appreciate it, and I will do any Star Wars impression for any amount of Super Chat. I say that reluctantly, but yes. Jar Jar Binks, what should he be saying? Yusa and real doo-doo this time? I could do something like that. The Sith Jar Jar. Misa going to hurt you really bad. Okay, let's do that one. Let's do that one. Let's do that one. Jar Jar Binks. Misa going to hurt Yusa. Here we go.
Misa going to hurt Yusa.
The best is that they got Ahmed Best to come back for this. It's so good.
Misa going to hurt Yusa.
Okay. Lock in, Mike. Lock in! Let's go. Here we go. This is for you, Darth Plagueis.
Misa going to hurt Yusa.
Misa. Misa going to hurt Yusa. No, I can do better. I can do better. Misa going to hurt Yusa. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, chat. Misa going to hurt Yusa. That's too Yoda. That's too Yoda. Misa going to hurt Yusa. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. I appreciate it, Darth Plagueis. I really, really do. Super Chats, memberships keep the lights on over here, so I appreciate it. And I will do any impression of your choosing for any amount of Super Chat. So I appreciate it. Okay. Now, since I was so rudely interrupted. Gah! All right, let's get back to this trailer, shall we? So these guys flying through space. These astronauts. We've seen this in multiple other trailers. And I don't know really who they are. But we've seen it time and time again. There's 3 of them, which is interesting. So it could be 3 of the kids and the 2 others are somewhere else. I don't know.
Imagination.
They look too big to be the kids, though. You know, these are like fully grown people. Maybe not.
I got it! Are you listening to any of this?
We're listening.
Oh, yeah, what did I just say?
Are you listening to any of this?
So that's pretty funny. But this is the same scene where he's saying the crew of murderous bounty hunters are hunting them down. Not pirates anymore, bounty hunters, which is pretty wild. Yeah. So that's the latest and greatest when it comes to trailers. It has been moved up 1 day, which is pretty cool. Oh, that was another thing. You can now go see the first 2-episode premiere of this show in theaters. Now, select theaters around the world, I believe. Yeah. So assemble your crew together and be among the first to watch Skeleton Crew on the big screen when you sign up for the free Fandango screening for the first 2 episodes, RSVP now. So if you want to go watch Star Wars the way it's meant to be on the biggest screen possible, you can go watch Skeleton Crew's first 2 episodes in a movie theater. So if you want to go watch it in the movie theater, you can go do that or try to do that, I guess, by winning a free screening or, I guess, check local listings. I have no idea. I will not be doing that because we are doing the watch party, and that's more fun anyway. So you can go check that out. Yeah. All right, I want to scroll back to this trailer from before with the bounty hunter mention. Because we are about to talk about these pirates. And is it this one? No. Is it that one? No. Is it this one? No. Is it that one? No. There's so many freaking trailers for this show. Found it.
It's to find our way home.
I'll get you home.
Got a crew of murderous bounty hunters.
A crew of murderous bounty hunters, and it shows our new favorite masked character, Marok Part 4, Marok 4.0, possibly Cad Bane, possibly somebody else. Okay, so crew of murderous bounty hunters. Now, this is just one bounty hunter for all we know. We don't know who this is under the mask. And again, tell me in the chat if you think you know. But we don't know who's under the mask there. But he does say a crew of murderous bounty hunters. Not just one, a crew of murderous bounty hunters. So who do we think we could be seeing when they're talking about that? Big names like Bosk, or I guess Bosk isn't really a big name. Big names would be like Cad Bane and Boba Fett. Bosk would be a sort of B tier, I would guess. You got guys like Dengar, Forloom, Zuckuss, IG-88, like those types of bounty hunters could appear in this show. Would be that feel-good type of thing. But I don't know. Who do we think's under the mask? Chat. Is that confirming that Cal Kestis is in the show? What is? What is confirming that? Because I don't think so. The mask character is Cal or Starkiller? No. Definitely not Starkiller. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that. When is the TV release? December 2nd. December 2nd at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. It's just another random bounty hunter, nothing special. So you think it's a new character? Interesting. It could be a new character. Absolutely. Could be a new character. Here's the thing. This is like the 20th trailer we've gotten for the show. And they just released that character. This guy hasn't appeared in any of the other trailers until a couple days ago. So clearly, that is a character of significance if they're throwing him in there to grow hype in the last week before the show releases. And they're also saying the word bounty hunter as they show him. So he might be extremely important, and he could still be technically a new character, but he also might be extremely important and be a character that we know and love in Star Wars. It's a question of which one is it. Yeah. Absolutely. Tell me who you think is under that mask, but let's talk about the pirates and a possibility of seeing Hondo Ohnaka in the Skeleton Crew series. We only got 6 days left, chat, so now is when we come up with our craziest theories and see if we're right or wrong. And by the way, this poll has never been higher for this question when I ask, are you excited for the Skeleton Crew show? 4% of you, the math is not mathing, 94% of you say yes, you are excited for Skeleton Crew. And that just warms my heart. It makes me a happy man because Skeleton Crew has got me so hyped up. And the fact that it has you guys so excited, it's just nice to hear. You know? So, with that being said, let's put up a new poll in the chat, shall we? Do you think Hondo Ohnaka will be in Skeleton Crew? Yes or no? Let's see it, chat. Do you think Hondo Ohnaka will be in the Skeleton Crew? Got to think of the timeline, like who would be about 10 years after, who would be alive at about 10 years after Return of the Jedi? Not 10 years after. It's probably close to 5 to 7 years after Return of the Jedi. But yeah, it's similar. All those bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back, that lineup of Bosk, Boba Fett, Forloom, Zuckuss, Dengar, all those guys, they would still technically be alive by the time of this show for sure. Yeah. So do you think Hondo Ohnaka will be in this show? Now, give me like a percentage chance in the chat. Like, do you think it's like a 50% chance we see Hondo, or are you like, it's a 90%, 99% chance, Mike? There's no way Hondo won't be in this show. 100%. What do we think? Skeleton Crew is the chosen one. It will bring balance to the fan base. I don't know about that. We haven't really talked lately about the sort of Star Wars fandom and how crazy it is, how divided it is. But I don't know if Skeleton Crew is the answer. I think Skeleton Crew can't hurt. I think it's going to be very, very heartwarming, feel-good action-adventure type deal, and not, I think, anger too many fans. I'm sure there'll still be some fans who crap all over it, for sure. But I think it'll be a majority of the fandom enjoying the show, or at least not crapping on it as much as, let's say, The Acolyte. Yeah. Yeah. They got to do Hondo in live action. They have to. Well, we know for a fact he will be alive at this time because he's at Galaxy's Edge, which is canon. and he's working with the Resistance, which is canon. So he is technically alive during the sequel trilogy time period. So he would be alive during this time period, which is before the sequel trilogy. You know? Hondo is the pirate in Star Wars. So when you're talking about pirates, you can't help but mention Hondo. And actually, StarWars.com can't either. So let's read this article that they released yesterday about the pirates coming in Skeleton Crew and how they even talk about Hondo Ohnaka. Let's talk about this. Okay. So this is coming from StarWars.com themselves, as you can see, StarWars.com. Skeleton Crew on December 2nd, not 3rd anymore, 2nd. Who are the pirates in the New Republic? Okay. Who are the pirates in the New Republic? On the left, you got our boy Vane, who's from The Mandalorian, who's the only returning character from any Star Wars project that we know of. Then you have Jaleel White playing Gunter, something like that. He's of course famously known for his role as Steve Urkel. Then you have our boy Werewolf. Brutus, Captain Brutus, that is. Captain Brutus. And he is the captain. Hence the name. Captain Brutus. Okay. Never trust a pirate. Scoundrel. Scoundrel? What? Sure. It's cute when Han Solo says in the flirty voice of his, but no one likes the sound of that word when they're crossing paths with a suspicious... Oh, wait, what? Pirate in the galaxy far, far away. This is what happens when I look at my other screen, you know? With big personalities matched only by their greed. Again, they are not bounty hunters. Not at all. With big personalities matched only by their greed, the pirates running rampant in the New Rampant in the New Republic era typically have no qualms about taking advantage of anyone or anything in their way. Now keep in mind that Jod Nawood might be a pirate in this show. So this description could be of his character as well. They have no qualms with taking advantage of anybody or anything in their way, i.e. the 4 kids that are going to need his help in this show. You're probably already acquainted with some of them, like Gorian Shard and Vane. Gorian Shard being the pirate that we saw in The Mandalorian Season 3, along with Vane, but Vane was working for Gorian Shard. He was the big bush-looking dude. Pause.
I got a bad feeling about this.
He was the guy who had a bush for a face. I don't know what else to say, chat. Hang on. There's got to be a picture of him somewhere in this article, maybe. Yeah, this guy. I didn't lie. Chat! Help me out! Yeah! He's a bush for a face. I don't know what you... Captain Seaweed. Okay, there you go. Captain Seaweed. Okay, let's... This is Gorian Shard. We'll get to him in a second, I guess, okay? So let's get introduced to these pirates, shall we? Soon we will add even more names to that list, like Gunter, there you go, and Brutus, and SM-33. Interesting that they put the droid that these kids are going to be working with on the list of pirates. Keep that in mind. Before we meet the spacefaring scallywags, nice, in the upcoming Disney Plus series Skeleton Crew, let's take a closer look at the pirates who have already crossed paths with some of the galaxy's heroes. All hands on deck. So first things first, we get the picture of Hondo Ohnaka. Because you can't talk about pirates without talking about this guy. You can't talk about him. Behind the scenes, pirates have a long history in Star Wars storytelling. Amongst the most notable are Hondo Ohnaka. He's the first guy on the list. The most notable pirate. So you can't sit here and tell me that they're making a show about pirates and Hondo Ohnaka will not play some sort of role in that show. Especially when, 1, we know he's alive at the time. 2, his freaking ship is in the trailer. And 3, it's Hondo freaking Ohnaka, okay? He'll be in the show. He has to be. Let's keep reading. So, among the most notable are Hondo Ohnaka, who made his charismatic debut in the first season of The Clone Wars. Wow, he's in season 1 of The Clone Wars? The more you know. First season of Clone Wars. So Dave Filoni has this to say. Right from the get-go, George Lucas really loved the character of Hondo. So for those George lovers out there, he loved Hondo. George created him for the show in the episode Dooku Captured, when Dooku gets captured by Hondo. He was a very dynamic personality. He's not a real villain. He's motivated by greed, but he does not. He's not doing it to be mean or cruel. So just like all pirates in Star Wars, for the most part, they're not doing it because they want to murder people or they want to hunt people down like bounty hunters or get whatever. They're just trying to get money. They're trying to get treasure. They're doing it for greed. Nothing else. Just greed. He's a pirate. He's not a bad guy, agreed Jim Cummings, who's the voice of Hondo Ohnaka. He does have a code, so a code that shan't be crossed. We'll see if that sticks with the new characters that we're seeing in Skeleton Crew. Which, by the way, you guys think 83% of you say Hondo will be in this show? That's crazy. Think about that for a second. That's crazy. Okay. In contrast, ruthless pirate Captain Gorian Shard and his second in command, Vane, are bad guys. They made their explosive first appearance, no pun intended, in The Mandalorian's 3rd season episode, The Apostate. Our pirates, led by Gorian Shard, are definitely beholden to classic Buccaneers, said director Peter Ramsey, right down to the wardrobe details. As you can see, they are very pirate-esque. Vane is, okay, before we read about Vane, he is going to be the only character that we know of that will be in this show. The only returning character from Star Wars that will be in Skeleton Crew that we 100% know of going in is Vane. So keep that in mind as we read this. Von Go, what's up? How we doing? Seriously, Star Wars, how we doing? Oh, wait, hang on. Before we get to this, before we get to Vane, we got a new member, and that is Seriously Star Wars. Actually, we have 2 new members. We already did Seriously Star Wars as one last one. My fault. We have a new member that, let me pull it up. We got a new member. Yes, Star Wars Nerd. So let's do his membership song, shall we? Star Wars Nerd. Welcome to the people who love Star Wars. Welcome to the people of Star Wars. Star Wars Nerd. Great name, by the way. Of course, becoming a member is the best way to support the channel. And this week, we got the final stream of the week of the month is on Saturday. So we're doing a giveaway we do a giveaway every last stream of every month. So this week just happens to be that week. So if you want to come in and steal the giveaway last minute from all these amazing members, do it. Become a member today and you get instant access to that giveaway. Also instant access to a members only portion of the Discord and some other cool stuff too. So think about becoming a member. It'd be quite nice of you and I would appreciate it quite a bit. But we also have that giveaway coming this weekend. A little bit of more behind the scenes news before we get back to this article. There will be no stream on Thursday. I know, devastating. There will be no stream on Thursday because of Thanksgiving. If you are in the United States, we celebrate Thanksgiving here. And I will not be going live. Now, we are getting very close to 100,000 subscribers on the channel. It seems as though if my math is mathing, which we know it never is, it's likely we will hit it on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm hoping we won't be hitting it on Thursday. If anything changes drastically, I'll let you guys know. But there will be no live stream on Thursday unless things change drastically. Again, yeah. What's the giveaway? That's a great question. I'm not going to reveal the giveaway until Saturday's stream. But I will tell you that last month's giveaway was a Mandalorian helmet that was incredible, and I want one now. But your pal Joe won that. It's actually his profile picture right now. So if you want to see that, it's right there. And it is just as good, if not better, than that giveaway. So keep that in mind. All right, let's get back to this article, shall we? All right, where was I? Vane. Oh, yeah. Vane is a callous, troublemaking Nikto, who first ran afoul in the Mandalorian Din Djarin of the Mandalorian Din Djarin during a visit to Navarro. That's when he goes face to face with Greef Karga. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers. I'm losing my voice, Chad. Okay, but he showed up on Navarro in the Mandalorian Season 3. The bounty hunter watched as Vane and Greef Karga exchanged some tense words. We just talked about that. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blue, blah, 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 blah. Won the standoff. Navarro is no longer friendly to pirates, as he tells them that. All right. Pirates weren't done yet, though. We got to see that awesome, cool fight scene between the pirates and the Mandalorians, as the Mandalorians came and saved the day on Navarro. And he's about to turn up in Skeleton Crew again as he cowardly ran. All the other pirates in the Mandalorian Season 3 died except for Vane because he ran away. He fled the scene. And that's why he will be appearing in Skeleton Crew, because he left his former crew behind to die. But Gorian Shard, like we just talked about, let's review what happened to Vane's last captain, shall we? Gorian Shard was the leader of the cold-blooded band of pirates who issued the order from his gunship. And he eventually died. This is Bushface right here. Yeah, he gone now. He gone now. Yeah. The Pirate King remained a mystery, however. His home planet and even his planet-like species are unknown. There you go. Another new unknown species in Star Wars. Not just Yoda anymore. There you go. There you go. But now, yes, you can find out about these new pirates in the upcoming show on Disney+. But Gorian Shard didn't account for the Mandalorians led by Bo-Katan and Din Djarin to respond to the call for help from Greef Karga. The Pirate King met his fiery end on the surface of Navarro as Bo-Katan and Din Djarin teamed up to take down the ship's last engine. So when you talk about pirates in Star Wars, you have to talk about Hondo Ohnaka. And StarWars.com agrees, as he is the first to be mentioned in this article about the upcoming pirates in Skeleton Crew. So not a sort of direct connection, or not a direct reference, or not a confirmation that Hondo Ohnaka will be in Skeleton Crew, but it does solidify that Star Wars, Lucasfilm, when they're talking about pirates in Star Wars, they're thinking about the most important guy, and that is Hondo Ohnaka. They didn't mention Maz Kanata in this, which was interesting, because they were talking about other sort of pirates. Could be because Maz will be showing up and they don't want to draw attention to it, but I don't know. I don't know. John Groom, what's up? The salad pirate? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. I like it a lot. Amanda, what's up? It's weird hearing the word cowardly be used as an adverb, LOL. Yeah, I guess. I guess. Okay. We do have one other thing to get to when it comes to Skeleton Crew before we switch our gears to Ahsoka Season 2, which might be the last season ever of Ahsoka, which kind of stinks. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about Skeleton Crew a little bit more, and then we'll get to that. So this exclusive interview with the Skeleton Crew cast is discussing Neil, Bryce Dallas Howard, and more. So this is coming from the Hollow Files. This is just one of those roundtable discussions that they have had over the last couple of weeks with the cast and crew of the show. So we get actually some pretty cool information from this. So let's read this article, shall we? Exclusive. New blah, 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 blah. All right. There is something so gripping and nerve-wracking about stories that take kids and plummet them into perilous situations, and even adults would struggle, or that even adults would struggle to tackle. So putting kids into this very unsafe world that we know as Star Wars is entertaining, to say the least. Trevor, what's up? says maybe Brutus will make someone walk the plank into the Sarlacc pit. That'd be pretty cool. There's no mention or appearance of Tatooine yet, but I guess there is a mention of it. There's no appearance of Tatooine yet. There is a mention of it in one of the trailers, though. Okay. They participated in a exclusive roundtable interview with the young actors that are brought to life by Ravi, Ryan, Robert, and Karina. Sure. So let's read this. Being in the Star Wars show has already been a life-changing experience for these young actors, obviously, and that's a more notable symbol of how life-changing the experience has been than the fact that the actors now have action figures of their own characters. It's crazy, Neil's actor Robert says. I never imagined. I've always played with these toys, and now we have toys of these characters. It's insane. Getting characters of yourself would be so damn cool. I want a Mike action figure immediately. Immediately. That'd be sick. Okay. But they go into some kind of cool details here because they talk about their favorite episodes and what we might be seeing in those episodes. They don't spoil too much, or they don't spoil anything, I guess, but they do give some information. So, Fern actress Ryan Kira Armstrong, had similar feelings about having her action figure of her own character. First time I saw the prototype for the action figure of Fern, I cried. I bawled my eyes out. It was a very surreal moment. It all became so real so fast. I would bawl my eyes out too. An action figure of me? Whew. That'd be awesome. Okay. The actors spoke about various memorable moments on the set. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's get to the good stuff here. Talking about Empire Strikes Back. Oh, here we go. So, Ryan, meanwhile, drew up Harrison Ford's portrayal of Han Solo for her role as Fern. Let's keep this in mind. She reminds me a lot of Han Solo, so I tried to incorporate little things and some lines and I kind of watched some of his performances, and then I tried to add my own twist to it. Fern's twist. So Fern's character being a lot like Han Solo is kind of a surprise to me. We thought that Jod Nawood was going to be like Han Solo. She does seem to be the more badass of the four kids, like the more danger-seeking type of character. But that's pretty cool to keep in mind. The girl who plays KB talks about how she went with the cyborg sort of type. She's got the visor that makes her look like Cyborg from the X-Men. But she talks about the character from Lobot from The Empire Strikes Back, who is a very similar cyborg type of character. Okay. More broadly, the young actors revealed that they watched Goonies and E.T. as a group ahead of filming for the show. So that's pretty cool. They actually did some bonding together and watched those movies that they're supposed to be sort of basing this show off of. Yeah. One day early. Yes. Skeleton Crew is releasing early. Yes. 1 day early, Ian. 1 day early. 24 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they watched all those, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Of course, they watched Star Wars in preparation, too. I also watched Star Wars movies and The Mandalorian, trying to get the Star Wars magic feel to it. There you go. All right, where is this talking about favorite episodes here? Okay, here we go. Finally, the young actors each gave their opinion on which was their favorite episode of Skeleton Crew. Neil, actor Robert, said episode 4 is his favorite. My reason for episode 4 is because it's a little more centered around Neil. We've heard this before. Episode 4, which is being directed by the Daniels, is going to be focused on Neil quite a bit. Star Wars Vault, what's up? A Neil-centered episode. What the hell does that even mean? A Neil backstory? All these kids come from the same planet. Why is this going to be a Neil-centered episode? And how is that even going to play in this show? I don't know. Doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense. But it might please a lot of people. Episode 4, A Neil Hope. Oh my God. Oh my God. Neil seems to be the fan favorite character coming into this. At least. So a Neil-centered episode might not be the worst idea. Yeah. It goes more into Neil than all the other episodes. I love the Daniels, who directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. Director Daniel Kwan and Daniel... they directed the Neil-centered episode in Star Wars. Count us in. Okay. This is them behind the scenes with Lee Isaac Chung, who's directing episode 7. So we can see episode 7. I don't know. There's nothing really giving us anything away here. I don't know. Okay. Whim actor Ravi said that episode 8, the final episode of the series, was his favorite. But he also likes episode 6. I like episode 6 especially because Bryce Dallas Howard directed it. She's such a great director, and I loved her episode. Big praise. He worked with 6 different directors. 5 different directors. And he praises Bryce Dallas Howard over all the rest. And even calling her episode his favorite, which is pretty cool. Fern actress Ryan and KB actress Kyriana We're going to go with Kyriana. Sound good, Chad? Okay. Said that episode 6 is their favorite of the series as well, saying, I think there is so much character development in that one episode. That one's my favorite to shoot. Episode 6, 3 of the 4 actors said that episode 6 is their favorites. It just so happens that's the Bryce Dallas Howard episode as well. Interesting. Now, yes, Wim did say the finale, and Neil did say episode 5, which is a Neil-centered episode. But episode 6 seems to be that big one. Bryce Dallas Howard, probably a big turning point in the series. Could be pretty cool. Could be pretty cool. And then that's the video version of the interview we just looked at. So usually when it comes to Star Wars shows, when you look at the ones in the past, episode 5 has usually been that sort of turning point. You look at episode 5 of The Mandalorian Season 2, that's Ahsoka. First ever live action appearance in The Jedi, where we learn Grogu's name. You look at episode 5 of The Book of Boba Fett, that's the Mando episode. Episode 5 of Ahsoka is the World Between Worlds episode with Anakin. Episode 5 of The Acolyte even was Night in the forest, the crazy lightsaber sequence in the whole episode. So episode 5 and 6 seem to be those big turning points in the season. Episode 1 and 2 are sort of establishing. Episode 3 and 4 are more so giving you the danger, giving you the business, giving you the story itself. And episode 5 and 6 seem to be that big 1-2 punch of this is it, moving you into the finale. This is the big twist. This is the big turn. This is the big something in those 2 episodes. Yeah. I wonder when they'll just let Bryce Dallas Howard direct a movie. I would guess somewhat soon. She's done some incredible stuff on The Mandalorian and The Book of Boba Fett and now hopefully Skeleton Crew, but that's how it should work for these directors. They have to or should have to direct one episode or multiple episodes of a Disney Plus show. That's how you could use this Disney Plus thing to not only make great content like they are right now, but also train, for lack of a better word, train directors and writers to do movies. Because movies are enormous. Star Wars is meant to be on the big screen. It's supposed to be movies. You're going to have more trilogies. You're going to have more spin-off movies. And you need them to be blockbuster movies. So you want good directors and good writers that have experience with Star Wars. Not just experience outside of Star Wars, because that's big too, but experience and success in Star Wars. Because you look at like James Mangold, who's an incredible director, Ford versus Ferrari, Logan. There's one other big one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but he's a big-time director. I would prefer if he got some episodes of like Skeleton Crew or Ahsoka Season 2 or something like that, just even one, just to give him some experience in the Star Wars world, what it's like to work for Lucasfilm, or he already knows that, he worked on Indiana Jones, but what it's like to work on Star Wars. That would be preferred. Same thing could be said about Sharmino Bedchinoy, or even, I guess, not Dave Filoni, because Dave Filoni is already working on Star Wars. But yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard, going back to that, should be due for a movie now because she's had so much success on the Disney Plus side of things. She's done her due for Star Wars content. And that actually brings up Simon Kinberg of it all. Simon Kinberg just a few weeks ago was confirmed to be getting his own Star Wars trilogy, writing and producing his own Star Wars trilogy. And some fans thought that was a bad thing because he's made movies like the Fantastic Four reboot in 2015 or X-Men Apocalypse or X-Men Dark Phoenix. But he also did Deadpool and Wolverine. He also co-created all 4 seasons of Star Wars Rebels. And there's nothing that can make up for that. Like, there's nothing but great experience right there. Co-creating the 4 seasons of Star Wars Rebels? Nothing comes close to that. So, experience with Star Wars, it's the biggest thing. Yeah. New director tryouts? Yeah, pretty much. It's like a tryout. Are fans going to like your episode on this Disney Plus show? They better, because that's what you're relying this movie on. Yeah. Maybe Bryce Dallas Howard directs one of Kinberg's movies in the trilogy. Yeah, absolutely, she could. Why not? Why not? Yep, The Acolyte should get a second season at least. I agree, but I mean, there's a lot of fans that wouldn't agree to that. Yeah. The Last Jedi was peak Star Wars. Let Rian Johnson have another crack at it. I disagree with it being peak Star Wars, but that's just my opinion, and yours is definitely valid. Let Ryan have another. I agree with that. Rian Johnson is a good film creator, filmmaker, I guess was the word I was looking for. He's a great filmmaker. I don't think he should have got The Last Jedi, though. He should get his own story in Star Wars. I wouldn't mind that. I know a lot of fans would mind that, but I wouldn't mind that. I kind of wish The Acolyte would have been a trilogy. Interesting. The 20-ish minute episodes were kind of frustrating, in my opinion. They were shorter. I mean, they're all short. The Mandalorian's been like that, 20, 30, 40-minute episodes that feel so short. Yeah. Yeah. An Acolyte movie should be made to end the Stranger story. They got to definitely continue the Stranger story one way or another. That's for damn sure. Kymir is an incredible new character. He must keep going. All right, let's switch gears a little bit here and go to Ahsoka Season 2. This is the big news we're talking about here. Yeah. Okay? And while we do, let's put Ahsoka away because it's empty. Can I get some good cups follow orders in the chat, please? Bum-ba. I've been practicing, chat. This cup will be dumped on my head, the entire cup. Look at this cup. It's massive. It's bigger than my head. It'll be dumped on my this whole cup will be dumped on my head once we hit 100K, and it could be filled with blue milk if you guys donate $100 to the live stream when we go live for the emergency live stream for 100K. This will be dumped on my head live during the emergency 100K live stream that happens when we count down to 100K. Okay. Star Wars Order, what's up? No worries. No worries. All right, let's talk about Ahsoka Season 2, shall we? So this, I mean, I don't know whether to take this as bad news or not, but we're going to talk about it. So Ahsoka Season 2 is reportedly going to be the last season of Ahsoka. Again, I don't know if this is bad news or not, seeing that I don't know if Ahsoka Season 3 was ever in the cards. But we'll talk about it in a second. Let's read this article, shall we? Star Wars is saying goodbye to Ahsoka with Season 2 conclusion plans. Report. Lucasfilm already planning the conclusion of Rosario Dawson, Ahsoka, on Disney Plus. Disney Plus is designing Season 2 of Ahsoka to say goodbye to Rosario Dawson's Star Wars story in the event that the series is canceled. This makes no sense to me. This makes zero sense to me at all. Let's think about this for 1 second. Just as logical human beings, let's think about this. People with brains in their heads, let's do some math here, chat, because the math is not mathing. It's not mathing at all. This makes no sense. Ahsoka, which I think the first season, is the best single season of Star Wars content, live action content, that we have. Now, you might disagree with that, and that's perfectly fine, but I think it's the best. The second season was clearly set up with this massive cliffhanger of the Mortis gods, of Thrawn returning to the galaxy. In two different galaxies, there's these massive two cliffhangers. Season 2 could be just as good, if not better, than Season 1, which is insane when you think about it. The guy behind this show, the guy who's directing and writing every episode, or writing every episode, not directing every episode, writing every episode, is Dave Filoni, the Chief Creative Officer, CCO, number 2 at Lucasfilm. I'm pretty sure he's the guy who gets to say if this show is canceled or not. He's at least one of the guys and girls who get to decide if this show is canceled or not. This wording makes it out to be like Ahsoka is being canceled. Like Ahsoka Season 3 is already being canceled before Ahsoka Season 2 ever even happened. So if we put our big brains on, or even our small ones, because this isn't rocket science, Ahsoka was never intended to have 3 seasons. If the Mandalorian trilogy is going to work the way that we think it's going to, with The Mandalorian and Grogu being the first installment, Dave Filoni's Mandoverse crossover event being the second, and then a third one to cap it all off, an heir to the Empire type deal with Grand Admiral Thrawn. If that's going to happen, Ahsoka, Sabine, Hera, Ezra, Chopper, Thrawn, Baylan Skoll, Shin Hati, Huge Wang, all of these characters have to at some point go from the Ahsoka series to the big screen, to those movies. So the same way that The Mandalorian's not getting a 4th season because it's going to the movies, Ahsoka's not going to get a 3rd season because it's going to the movies. Are we stupid? They're acting as though Season 2 of Ahsoka is being written as an end to the character of Ahsoka because they're worried that the show is going to get canceled. The guy who's making the show is a part of making those decisions. He's actually the number 2 at the company. So I don't think if Ahsoka Season 3 was supposed to happen, if the story deems that a 3rd season is needed, I don't think that would be an issue. What I think's going on here is that Season 2 is supposed to be the end because Ahsoka and the rest of the crew are just coming to the movies. They're coming to the big screen. They're coming to the Mandoverse trilogy that we've been waiting for so long. She's not going to die. It's Ahsoka Tano. Dave Filoni's brought her back to life tens of thousands of times. She's not going to die. So as we read this article, because we only got through the first 2 sentences, thank you very much. As we read this article, keep that in the back of your head. For some reason, they're trying to convince us that this show is being canceled. Everything has to be a negative connotation to it when it comes to Star Wars news. It's being canceled. It's not. It's absolutely not. Season 2 hasn't even started filming yet, and they're already canceling Season 3? God. Let's keep reading. Okay. Canceled. Okay. The first season of Ahsoka ended on a cliffhanger with Ahsoka Tano and Sabine Wren and Huge Wang. How could they leave him out? Stranded on Peridea while Thrawn and Ezra Bridger successfully returned to the Star Wars galaxy. And we got to see the reunion of Ezra, Chopper, and Hera Syndulla. And Grand Admiral Thrawn went to Dathomir. Jesus. Brain fart. Okay. In January 2024, Star Wars announced that Season 2 of Ahsoka was in development. But the new report suggests that it may be the last season. Is Star Wars planning to cancel Ahsoka again? Could you have worded this any more negative? How about Ahsoka Season 2 will be the final season of Ahsoka? Is she coming to the big screen? Is she coming to other stories? No, it's canceled. Ahsoka's Disney Plus story may be wrapped up sooner than expected. According to scooper Daniel Richtman, Lucasfilm is planning a fitting conclusion for Ahsoka Season 2 in case it isn't renewed for a third season. Again, this sounds like the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life. Ahsoka, the character that Dave Filoni's brought back to life multiple times over the last decade because he loves her so much, is going to get her third season canceled? They need the headline to get clicks? Obviously. Obviously. I mean, that's the job, to get clicks. But wouldn't, I guess, yeah, negativity sells in this world, sadly. Negativity does sell, absolutely. But in a world where positivity doesn't sell as much, I guess that's a disaster. But I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm sitting here, waiting to get to 100K subscribers soon, celebrating. We're pretty positive here. We're being positive. But negativity does sell, that's for sure. Okay. In case it isn't renewed for a third season. If so, Star Wars fans should expect answers and reunions in the second season finale instead of further cliffhangers and suspense. This is not true either. These stories of these characters aren't just going to end in the second season. So cliffhangers and suspense can still happen. Because they can tie into the movies. They can tie into other projects. There can still be cliffhangers. There can still be all this other stuff going on. Still, it's important to note that Star Wars hasn't canceled Ahsoka yet as a Season 3 possibility. So here you go. It hasn't even happened yet. We're just talking about something that doesn't exist at all. Just for clicks. But what this certainly says about the continued future of the Disney Plus Mandoverse is that the studio's confidence in Ahsoka is unknown. You lost me. You absolutely lost me. I don't want to. I'm going to read the rest of this article, but I don't want to. Have you lost your goddamn mind? Do you know how successful The Mandalorian and Ahsoka are as franchises? A whole lot more successful than Andor, and Andor got a second season. It's just a stupid conversation to be having right now. But Ahsoka's second and potentially final season, will have a lot to resolve, particularly given the expedition of Thrawn's creator, Timothy Zahn. The Grand Admiral will hit his stride in the next batch of episodes. Whether that means Thrawn's storyline will be resolved or teed up for the upcoming Mandoverse movies remains to be seen. So again, they even know this themselves. This show will be set up for the future. The Mandoverse movies, the possible Mando trilogy. And we'll get to what Timothy Zahn has to say in a second because we got a super chat from Rose. Rose, what's up? It's been a while. How we doing, Rose? Says, long time no see. Life's been crazy busy. No worries. But I try to watch the replays when I can. I need your best Babu Frick impression. Okay, Rose, I appreciate that. And of course, I know people get busy. Don't worry about it. Watching the replays. A lot of replay watchers exist, obviously, because we get hundreds more views after the live stream is posted. So if you're a replay watcher, tell me in the comment section right now if you're watching this on the replay. So, please. All right, let's do a Babu Frick impression for Rose, shall we? Babu Rick. Sure. Babu Frick. Why is there no good video of Babu Frick? Oh, here we go. Okay, we're doing this. We're doing this, chat. What? Thanks a lot, Rose. Now I gotta do this. Nope. Nope. Hey. Hey, hey. That's way higher than that, isn't it? Hey, hey. I feel like it's a whole octave higher than that, and I can't do it. Star Wars Santa, what's up? Hey, hey. It's higher. I know it's high. I know it's higher. I'm getting there. Give me a second. Let me do a vocal warm up really quickly. Me, 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 me. Okay, let's see. Me, 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 me. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Incorrect.
Well, I tried. It's getting worse. Oh. I tried my best, Rose. I apologize. I apologize. This is what happens when you guys give me super chats and give me freaking impressions that I can't do. You make me look like an idiot. You think I'd like to look like an idiot? Kinda. Yeah, I do. Okay. Hey. All right, let's keep going. Thanks for distracting me, Rose. God. Well, I'm glad it's worth it. I'm glad it's worth it. I try to make the super chat. I try to make my impressions good enough for your super chat. Okay. So if anybody wants to give me another one, I'll try my best. Yeah. Star Wars Santa, what's up? Says helium balloons. You need them. I do need them. I do need them. Yeah. I do need them. All right. Let's get back to this the topic at hand, shall we? Let's keep reading this. So Timothy Zahn teased that Grand Admiral Thrawn will be hitting his stride in the next batch of episodes in Ahsoka Season 2. So Timothy Zahn is clearly working alongside of Dave Filoni for this second season, and he has some insight into what Grand Admiral Thrawn's future is going to look like in the Star Wars universe. That's pretty dang cool. I wonder if he's teasing that Thrawn could make an appearance in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That would be pretty wild if we would actually get to see the big blue meanie be a big blue meanie in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That would be awesome. But if Timothy Zahn is saying that Thrawn is going to be hitting his stride in the next batch of episodes, that's great news. Yeah. All right, let's keep reading. It also raises the question of how interconnected the season will be. Will Season 2 aim to keep the story streamlined to focus on Ahsoka and her supporting cast, or bring in other spacefarers from the galaxy, from across the galaxy, like a Bo-Katan Kryze, who Katie Sackhoff is hopefully to see reunite with Rosario Dawson's Jedi? So Bo-Katan specifically has a very long history with Ahsoka Tano, as we see in The Mandalorian. I mean, not in The Mandalorian, because we never see them meet in The Mandalorian, but in the Clone Wars and in Star Wars Rebels, we see the two of them have a very strong relationship, especially in the Clone Wars Season 7. So getting to see those two meet on screen again would be pretty dang cool and hopefully necessary. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But when will Ahsoka Season 2 release on Disney+? This is a great question. This has actually sort of been answered over the last couple weeks here, at least when it's going to start filming, which is April of next year. So previously, Daniel Rickman reported that Season 2 will be set to begin shooting in April of 2025, and likely after production wraps on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. If that is still true, Ahsoka Season 2 is projected to release on Disney Plus sometime in the summer of 2026, which puts it after the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. After. Yeah. Okay. If that production does stay for the same timeline as Season 1 does. Now, a lot can happen between the beginning of production for that and the end of production for that, so things can change. But I have another super chat, and god damn it, it's Star Wars Santa. Star Wars Santa, I appreciate it, with a very generous $5 holla. God damn. Says, we need a helium impression day. Helium Chewie, helium Vader, helium Darth Vader, helium Jar Jar, helium Din Djarin, etc. Well, first of all, I appreciate the super chat, and I appreciate that you didn't ask me to do an impression right now. Appreciate it. But a helium day might actually kill me on live stream. I would pass out from all the lack of oxygen and too much helium in my lungs, and we would see the death of Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars, live on stream. You guys are crazy. Hashtag helium day. Oh my God. We'll try it. If I ever come across a balloon that has helium in it, I will save it for a live stream. We'll put it that way. Okay? Deal? Deal. What about a voice changer app? I think my voice is better than a voice changer app, you know? Probably at 99,999. Yeah. If I can find a balloon with helium in it, for the 100K live stream, I will do some helium impressions. How about that? If you tune in for the 100K emergency live stream that will happen at some point this week, I just might have a helium balloon. Just might. Just squeeze your ball.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh my God. We've lost our goddamn minds. Yeah, I can do all the female character impressions if I have the helium balloon, that's for sure. Well, Star Wars Santa, I appreciate the $5 holla. I really, really do. Very generous. Very, very generous. Okay, fine. Yeah, so I'll try to get a helium balloon for the 100K live stream, and then we'll do some helium impressions for that live stream. Yeah. Oh my. You guys are freaking crazy. Okay. Annie K says, how many Grogu shirts/sweaters do you own? This is the only sweatshirt that I own, or sweater that I own with Grogu on it. But shirts, I would guess 4, maybe, something like that. I'm hoping to get more. I need more shirts, Star Wars shirts, you know? A voice changer mask would be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right, let's get back to this article before you guys frickin' say something even more crazy. All right, let's go back to this. So, could be summer of 2026 release date for Ahsoka Season 2 if it takes the same production path that the first season did. And that would put it after The Mandalorian and Grogu, which means The Mandalorian and Grogu will be setting up Ahsoka, not vice versa. So, the Ahsoka series will be set up by The Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and that would make it that Ahsoka won't be in The Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That makes sense, though, because she's in a different galaxy. However, the Ahsoka cast is expected to appear... No, this is not true. I mean, maybe Ezra and Hera Syndulla, but definitely not Ahsoka or Sabine. If the film releases before Ahsoka Season 2, the sophomore season storyline is a mystery and could be more of a continuation of the crossover Mandoverse films than the first season's storyline. Yeah, I think Season 2 will connect more to The Mandalorian and to Skeleton Crew and Book of Boba Fett and stuff like that. Yeah. For sure. See you later, G-Dog. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. If you guys are not in the Discord, there's a link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. Go join that immediately. Thank you very much. I always forget to say that during these live streams. Perhaps the most glaring question heading into Season 2 is how Ahsoka's Baylan Skoll will return without the late, great actor Ray Stevenson, who sadly passed away. That's still a big question. Recast, deepfake. It seems to be that they're going down the route of recasting him, but we'll see. Yeah. Dave Filoni has teased that Baylan Skoll's story will continue in the second season, which may require a new actor to take on the mantle in order to find out just what's going on with those Bordis God statues. Hopefully fans will get the answers and an idea of what to expect at Star Wars Celebration in 2025. Here's the deal. Skeleton Crews in 6 days, fantastic. We know that Andor Season 2's in April of 2020, or April 22nd, 2025. But the biggest thing that could happen next year is Star Wars Celebration, because we could be getting not only Ahsoka Season 2 news, Mandalorian and Grogu news, but new projects, new animated shows, new live action shows, new trilogies, like all that could be announced at Star Wars Celebration next year. So it'll be pretty cool. Twill be pretty cool. Okay. By the way, I'm going to end this poll, which has currently 85% of you saying that you think that Hondo Ohnaka will show up in Skeleton Crew. I agree. I agree with that. Yes, I would have voted yes. Absolutely. But it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see. Lee, what's up? Lee says, hey. Lee in your area. What's up, Lee? If you haven't yet, smash a freaking like on the stream. Yeah, what the hell? Smash a freaking like on the stream, chat. Come on now. Skeleton Crew debut has now moved to the day I move freaking houses. Oh, damn, John. That stinks. That stinks. But yes, if you're coming into the stream late, Skeleton Crew has moved up a whole day from December 3rd to December 2nd, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So watch out for that. Liev Schreiber for Balin's goal. Yeah, I think Lev Schreiber or what the hell's his name? Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler would be a great one too. There's a few actors out there that look very similar to a Ray Stevenson, for sure. For sure. Mike, check my post that I put in the Discord for Skeleton Crew casting. Okay, hang on. Where'd you put it? Oh, yeah. So we looked at that this earlier in this stream. There is a mysterious character when you look on Google, Skeleton Crew cast, and got to give the shout out to Grandmaster in the Discord for finding this like weeks ago. But I just don't trust it because it's Google. Like, Google's lied time and time again, but we got to talk about it. Google has this mysterious character named Jedi Nina Nawood, played by this actress right here. Now, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe Jod's mom, maybe Jod's sister, but we have no idea who this is. But again, Google lies all the time with these casting rumors. They have no idea. IMDb is a little bit more accurate sometimes, and they don't have her anywhere in here. So I don't know. It does have Fern's mom being in all 8 episodes, which is strange to me. She is in all the posters, and I feel like she's going to be a main character. Wim's dad's also in all 8 episodes, which makes sense, because if one is, they both are. Interesting. Yeah. Mike, wait, surely Ahsoka possibly being canceled is just like A New Hope. What? As they don't know, more will be made so they can wrap it up. I don't know what you're talking about. Jod's dad? Yeah. No. I don't know what you mean by that. Ahsoka won't be canceled. Season 2 will still happen, and it will likely just tie into the movies. Anthony Starr looks like Ray Stevenson? The guy who plays Homelander? I don't think so. She may only have a small role in the flashbacks. Could be. We're definitely going to get answers as to who Jod Na is. All right, chat. This is coming towards the end of the stream, so I'm going to ask you to give me your craziest predictions for Skeleton Crew. As we only have 6 more days until this show airs, it's now or never. So if you want to chime in with your craziest possible, who is Jod Na Nawood really? What's going on with these kids' home planet? Will we tie into the old Republic? Like, any crazy theory that you have. Who will show up? Maz Kanata, Hondo Ohnaka, Omega, Luke Skywalker. Like, crazy prediction time. This is it. Speak now or forever be wrong. Or forever be like the guy who went, I thought that was going to happen. I was going to say that would have happened. And we're like, yeah, sure you were. Sure you were going to say that was going to happen because it had just happened. That's like a guy who is saying, I knew Luke Skywalker would show up in The Mandalorian Season 2. You're lying to yourself. You are lying to yourself. Yeah. Trevor says, I have a new theory about Jude Law. It's that Jude Law's character is fumbling to come up with fake aliases to tell these kids that is his name. Oh, so you're saying the Nawood is him like trying to come up with a name? Interesting. I don't think so, but I kind of like the theory. It's like him going, Jude Nawood. And the kid's like, John Nawood? He's like, yeah, I like that. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. 3 original trilogy. Oh, wait, what? 3 original trilogy. There was only supposed to be 1 movie and it turns into 3, and then 6, etc. I get you. Yeah. Kiadi Mundi is Jod's father. It explains the hair. Where's his big ass head, though? You know? Okay. I still stand on him being a failed Padawan. It's not a bad theory. I like it. I like it. Hondo Ohnaka shows up and solos Abeloth. Oh my god. That's wild. I don't think Abeloth will be in this. Jod is a Palpatine clone. No theory is too crazy, but that's a crazy theory. Yeah. Omega is under the helmet. I like that theory a lot, actually. Omega has to be, or doesn't have to be in this show, but she should be in this show with the New Republic connection and the fact that she should be involved with this because pirates and just, it feels like Omega would be a part of it, you know? Jod is a Sith and he's looking for Sith holocrons. Now that's a crazy theory. I love it. Lack Sivrak shows up and it's Brutus's dad. Lack Sivrak. Oh, the other, yeah, I gotcha. The Jedi from the Clone Wars. 2003 Clone Wars. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. His mom had, oh my god. You guys are crazy. Do you think that the helmeted bounty hunter and skeleton crew is his mom, Nawood, and she came looking for him to protect him from the pirates? Probably not. Probably not. Because he's saying that a crew of murderous bounty hunters is hunting them down. I don't think he'd be running from his mom like that. You know? Yeah, now. Jod is an untrained Force user. His mother hid him during Order 66, and he was found by pirates. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be down for that. Yeah. The Force Dragon says, theory that Jod knew Balin as a Jedi and turned to the dark side and worked with Thrawn and is now looking for Mace Windu? Oh my god. Throw in Mace Windu at the end. Big twist. Big twist. Huge. Okay. I think we're going to get on out of here with that. Salty nut roll. Darth Salty nut roll. Who says that that's his mom? It could be a sister or a previous wife. Yeah, it could be. Could be a sister or a wife for sure. But we do have to get on out of here. I got to make a short for tonight. So watch out for every 5 p.m. every day. We usually have a short come out. So watch out for a short later on today. Watch out for a video tomorrow. And probably the next. No live stream on Thursday. Sorry. No live stream on Thursday. There will be a short for Thursday, but no live stream on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. So, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys, even if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Find something on Thursday to be thankful for. And of course, this is one of them. Could not be more thankful for you guys. And the fact that you all sit here and watch me talk about Star Wars for hours on end is crazy to me. But I'm thankful nonetheless. We are very, very close to 100K. So watch over that emergency live stream that should be happening at some point in this week. Hopefully by the weekend at some point. And I will dump this entire cup of water on my head. That's for sure. Yes, there will be a stream on Saturday. Yes, there will be a stream on Saturday, but not Thursday because of Thanksgiving. Yeah. Yeah. Huge shout out to Star Wars Nerd for becoming a member. Also, huge shout out to Darth Plagueis, Lives, Rose, and Star Wars Santa for the very generous super chats. I appreciate it very, very muchly. And yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. If I don't see you guys in the Discord or whatever before then, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. For those of you who celebrate it, obviously, and those of you who don't, I guess. But blue milk, yeah, maybe it'll be blue milk. Maybe it'll be blue milk. Yes, we are at 99.7 thousand subscribers. We're about to hit 99.8. About to. Actually, hang on. Let's see how close we are. We were very close. Yeah, we're only 15 subscribers away from 8, so we should hit 99,800 today at some point, which is pretty cool. So watch out for that 100K at some point because we're only 215 subscribers away. So it should happen by the end of this week at some point. But until then, smash a freaking like on this stream. Hit that subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I post a video in my pretty face, which is the recommended feed of yours. Whew. 6 days, chat. 6 days until Skeleton Crew. And I can't freaking wait. All right, when I come back on stream on Saturday, I might be like this because I ate so much food, but you know, whatever. Yeah. Stuffing is the best. And may the force be with you. Always. That's the third straight time, chat. Third straight stream where I've tried to sign off and it's done that stupid thing. Instead of going into hyperspace, I think our hyperspace is broken, chat. It keeps going. I think we got to get that fixed. Somebody in maintenance, can we call up somebody in maintenance? Chewbacca! Get him up here. We need somebody to check out this hyperspace hyperdrive. Please. Somebody. Anybody. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Great rest of your lives. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys who are celebrating it on Thursday, and I guess all of you who aren't either. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. May the floor. So that's not how I end these things. And good night, everybody.